Hey everybody. I am so excited because we are here. We are doing our live so that we can go ahead and talk to you guys because we're going to talk to you guys because, as we all know, Uncle Joe Biden has officially become our president. I don't care if it's not the 20th. He is our president now. And as soon as they join in, I have our normal co-host, Vonnie, because we love Vonnie. Mom, of course, is here in the background.
Hey, y'all.
You know, we always hear, but we never see her. And then we also have Nadir Carlson and Chris Walton. I'm excited. I'm thrilled. So as soon as Vonnie and all them start watching, we can add them on, but they ain't even watched yet. I'm upset. I'm angry because they haven't started watching yet. I'm talking about them, but that's okay. But I am excited. So how do you guys feel while I'm waiting on them to join the live stream, Vonnie and Chris? I know y'all watching because I just sent you a message.
They're probably watching a speech.
No, we already done. We just live streamed. Okay, look. Who wants to join? Okay. Yes! We adding Vonnie in. She's adding. We've added her. Vonnie, where you at? I can't see you. It say we adding you. Hold on. Something is happening. Look, Vonnie's sitting here. She just sent me a message that said, girl. Translation, calm down.
Look. Hello.
Yes.
Hey, we got it going. I think the last time we
Girl,
tried to do this,
look.
it didn't work out for whatever reason, but now it's working out, and I'm excited.
Girl.
I'm like, Wizard Kelly, y'all.
No, you would be, yeah.
Hi, Miss
Wizard
Care
Kelly,
Bear.
Miss Bella.
Hi, Von.
Look, we on live acting a fool. Where Chris and Nadir at? Okay, Chris and Nadir, quit playing. Request to be on screen so I can introduce y'all. We excited. And we got a theme song now.
I know. I was like, that's so exciting.
Girl.
That's so
I was thrilled. I asked, and shout out to Alex Vance. My god brother. I love me some Alex Vance. I asked him, I said, hey, can you make a theme song for the podcast? And I said, I want it like something off of Talk by Khaled, just that intro. He said, okay. About 20 or so minutes later, he done said,
like,
is this
we
smooth?
got it.
I'm like, dang. Okay, so shout out to Alex. I can't wait for y'all to hear it. I'm excited. Kristen better come on and quit playing with me. So let's see. Okay. So Vonnie, have you been staying? Oh, Vonnie's.
Like every time I get messages now, my camera's done froze on me.
Oh.
So there we go.
Let me see.
But yeah, I've been staying safe the best that I can. Have you been staying safe?
No. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I have. And I take offense. Why did y'all say that I am my mama's meanest child?
You are.
And mom talking about some facts. Okay, so first, everybody and their mama know. My mom has about 975 years. Okay, I'm the only one biologically. There are a ton that are meaner than I don't know where Vonnie just went, but she just left me. I'm hurt. Let's see here. Jordan, hey girl. I'm so happy to see you. I'm glad that you tuned in. Jordan is one of my wonderful coworkers. I love him to death. And he and I have been keeping up, along with the many, keeping up on the election. And we got to the point at work where we said, look, we stressed out, okay? We're stressed out. They just need to go ahead and give him his these 6 points so we can go ahead and be done. It was a very stressful time. Hey Jazz, I'm so happy you joined us. Hey girl. Um, so I'm so happy that we had the opportunity and the time to be together during this time to support each other because we was just God almighty stressed. Hey Nadir. All right, now it's a party. Um, let me get him on here as well. I hate this. Does anybody know how you can do a group Facebook Live on Facebook? We're not good at that. Technology is not our thing, but that's okay. Um, so yes, Joe Biden is the president. That is super exciting, um, and we're glad about it because it's been a very. I told my mom it's been a very long, short 4 years, if that makes any kind of sense. A long, because it seems like, yeah, mom just said a long, tumultuous 4 years because it seems like, while yes, he's absolutely, um, he's absolutely been in office for 5 years. Oh no, don't do that. There you go. Okay, even though he's been in office for these 4 years, I feel like it was just yesterday that he got elected. And now he's elected and he's gone. I'm just like, where did these 4 years go? It's been a blur. I was telling her earlier, I don't know why, but I thought Aretha Franklin went on to see Jesus last year. It's been 2 years. It just doesn't. I don't know. I'm losing my mind. It's okay though. But so it sucks because I don't know how to get these people on here because I'm not as tech savvy as I thought. I guess. Oh well. I guess it'll it'll be me and mom until Vonnie comes back. So let's go ahead and get started. So as we all know, Joe Biden has officially been elected the president of the United States. I am personally thrilled. Just saying. Um, I mean, so first of all, let's just go over the entire let's go over the entire election as it's been anyway. It's just been a mess anyway. So we have what um I'm glad, Jazz. Hey, Jennifer, y'all talk to me while we on here. You know I like to do it a conversation style. I don't want to just be the only one talking. But so we know that the campaign trail as a whole has just been it's interesting the word. It's been comical, interesting. I don't know what to call it. But we all know it's been just a mess anyway. Um so if we look back, we can all agree that, you know, President elect Biden has done a very professional, a very um, reserved, very respectable campaign. He didn't attack anybody. He didn't talk poorly about anybody.
Except for them ads.
Well, okay, okay. Look,
Trump,
so let's talk.
Trump is lying
Again. So, okay, so because I knew mom was gonna say that. It's true. Okay. So y'all know when remember when Trump came out with Rona Mae Watson, because she's still out here. Let's just be clear. Rona Mae Watson was not a political stunt. You know, some people have been saying, you know, once he's elected, once we have an election, um, um, it'll all go away. No, Rona's still out here acting like she ain't got no home training. I just personally feel Rona needs to find Jesus. Okay, there we go, Nadir. We bringing Nadir on camera. Yes. So we're adding Nadir. He's getting added in right now. I went to school with Nadir from 6th grade up. Hi. Hey. I was just telling Nadir that I've gone to school with you from 6th grade till high school. And it's funny because they just said that
Hey, Nadir.
Hey,
we were
raise
laughing.
the roof.
Yeah, he said raise the roof.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's funny because they just said 12 years ago President Obama was inaugurated for the first time, and I was like, ah,
Hey,
it hit me
I
in the
feel
chest.
really old.
I do too. Well, I just told mom, I was like, girl, you getting old. I didn't want to admit it, but and I went to the first inauguration.
Somebody need to turn that.
Hey Nadir, you have an echo.
Somebody need to turn that off.
Yeah. So okay, there we go. So yeah, so like I said, I told mom when they said, 12 years ago, Joe Biden or President Obama was inaugurated. I was like, "Oh, girl, you getting old."
Hmm.
It's true, she is. But Nadir, wouldn't you agree that how would you explain President Trump's I can call him that now. He ain't the president no more. How would you explain his campaign?
Well, now. Still the president. 4 weeks.
What what are
There's
your
still an
thoughts?
echo.
How do you feel?
There's a weird delay, but I'm so glad
I'm very
the
glad that
campaign
it's over.
is done.
Absolutely. If we all remember the last debate, where I think the thing that really got it for me was when he said where President Biden said, there are still 560 something, I think 564 kids who are still separated from their parents at the border.
Hmm.
And he looked in the camera and just dead good. And I'm like,
Hmm. Talk about it.
He claims that he was saying good to move on to the next question.
yeah, that was it. And the way I was shocked personally, because I like to think that Uncle Joe Biden is honorarily black. And when he came for his kids and he just stood there, I'm like, oh, see, I don't want to be president that bad. I would have got off the brass knuckles.
Yeah, you can tell. There's an echo, so I'm gonna come back.
Okay,
Get that out.
okay.
She just need to turn it down.
You could definitely tell that you could definitely tell, like I said, and I don't know if y'all agree with me, yes or no. Nadir is gonna jump back in to get rid of that echo. But this is just me. This is all I'm saying. This is just me. I don't want to be president that bad, because if you come from my offspring, and y'all know good and well, I don't even like kids. I mean, I like my nephew, but that's about it most of the time. And I like Nevaeh most days. I like Elijah too. I love me some men. Hey, shout out to Stink and Tootie Moo Cow and TT Baby Sharky and TT Baby JoJo. I love them kids. But that's about it. And they don't live with me, so I really like them because I can send them back. But I mean, he came for this man's children, like calling them cowards and and I'm just like losers. And see, mom. Now, see, we're gonna get some wisdom from the elder generation. As a parent, what? As a black parent, what would you have done if he had a?
Now on camera, I would have been decent, but behind the scenes, with that ass.
Mom wants to be, she's all, let us, be good people, and we have to be composed. I would have acted a stereotype.
Hmm.
And I would have had somebody in the background yelling "World Star." Like the fact that you can just talk about somebody's kids freely is just Miss Jackson said, "You do not want to know." Like, yeah, you're look. All I'm saying is, like he said in Norbit, I'm talking razor blades and lemon juice, brass knuckles, like Miss Puff did in SpongeBob.
I'm talking hammers and baseball bats.
Mom says she talking hammers and see, this is why we love mom, because mom balances this out, and this is why we have her on the podcast, because there are times where me and Vonnie want to get ratchet, and mom wants to just calm us down. And Nadir is back. He's coming back on camera. We're excited. Jackson's still all the way.
Hello.
Nadir, I'm so happy you're back. So we've been talking about how Trumpy boy disrespected Joe Biden's kids.
I agree with you. It would have taken everything in me not to be like, let's talk about your children. Here's the list.
Well, and I mean, and then you have to look back at that family is a Jerry Springer episode.
But he wanted to be so much the opposite of Donald Trump. So there's no way he was going to bring up his children.
Well, see, because we remember, I don't know if you, well, I'm sure you do. I know you saw the pictures and all that of his daughter giving him a lap dance.
Oh,
And I don't care. I don't care what nobody say. It was funny. Some people want to say, "Oh no, that's not funny." Yes, it is. He put on he put on Facebook, and I quote, "I'm in the process of drenching myself in oil and butter. Try to drag me out now, bitches." Like, mom was educating me, talking about the transition of power, and we're supposed to sit down and shake hands and let's have tea, and I'm like, he's not gonna do that.
Well, Trump is so typically what happens, I'm pretty sure your mom said this, the day that a decision is made or declared, the loser calls and says, congratulations. Where is Donald Trump's phone call?
He's golfing.
His lawsuits are a waste of money and a waste of time.
How many lawsuits does he have at this point? I lost count because I know he's got 5 for sure because he lost Michigan. Mom said that CNN said that he has about 30 pending lawsuits.
Well, can't wait for them all to get thrown out.
Yeah, well,
I'm talking about against him.
oh,
Against
wait.
him. Oh. He wants.
Jasmine said, wait, whose daughter did what? Trump's daughter, back when she was, I want to say like 15 or 16, they were at a concert, and she gave him a lap dance.
Well, he did say he would date her if she wasn't his own daughter.
Yes, he did. That is very true. Yes, he did. Maybe now we can get Obama's portrait hung. They still haven't hung it?
They have not.
No. When Joe get there, they'll hang it in the White House.
This man been the president for 4 long, treacherous, devilish, demonic years, and they ain't hung his portrait yet.
Actually, it was hung, but he took it down. He had him take it down.
And you're supposed to have a ceremony. You don't just hang it and then like move along. No, you have a ceremony. You bring the person back. You say some nice things.
Yeah.
But he hates everything that Obama did.
He hates everything anybody ever did. I'm just so, well. Oh well, okay. I didn't know that. I see. And can we talk about Trump's portrait? He just looks evil.
Is there one?
Yeah, that's the one that they've been showing. The one where he's all.
Well,
Don't worry. When they have a painted portrait of him, they'll make him look better, I guess.
Maybe they can use something different because his skin tone is just that bothers me.
I think his liver's bad. I just really sincerely think he has a bad liver.
I was gonna say because unless he's well, no, because if you look around his eyes are like white as ghosts, but
Take
then
a
his
picture of him.
skin is like that Maybelline matte that they all used to wear when we was in middle school.
Take a
I'm just
picture
saying
of
it's the tanning bed.
Yeah, that too. Nadir said the tanning bed,
yeah, that's it.
but I mean, well, the it's the dawning of a new day, thank God. But and he still
Finally,
hasn't said that he's lost either. Trump still hasn't acknowledged that he lost.
finally, a president I can actually look at.
Ah,
A president that we can all finally look at and
I
just
just could not look at him.
it's scary though.
we
On a
can go to
serious,
bed not worried about what's going to happen
Right.
yes.
or what
What is he
tweet we're
gonna
going to
say
wake up to in the
next?
morning.
Mm-hmm.
What is he gonna say next? But then we also have to go this far and say, on a serious tip, it's scary the number of people who actually support him.
I know.
I mean, who I ain't got no sense, so I'll say it. There was a coworker of mine at my old job who was a massive, massive Trump supporter. I mean, when I say massive, I mean like, um, you people. My administration is gonna get you people. Um, Trump is a good man. He's misunderstood.
Mm.
But
71 million people were like, you know what? That sounds good to me. Let me come out during a pandemic to vote for this man.
well, and not only that, but the fact that and then what is with the Trump parades? Like we said, there was one in Beloit, going over there on Keeler Avenue,
Hmm.
Portland, Hall, Switch Track,
Kenwood.
Kenwood, Harvey, Copeland, Nelson. Look, go over there and end it on Summit Park.
Well,
Go
they
in
had
the
their
hood.
moment, their funeral, I guess.
Well, and then he's like, none of his. It was funny because I just with this election, I started watching Anderson Cooper, and I'm watching Anderson Cooper with my. So first of all, his comebacks are just flawless. Okay, and there was the guy who's the Republican, and he's all, Trump supporters aren't violent, and Trump supporters aren't bad people, and Trump supporters don't, block traffic, and they're like, they just had the Beltline block. They tried to run the Biden Harris bus off the road, and they were armed, and he was like,
Well.
well, and I'm just like, Anderson Cooper said the most flawless comeback I've ever heard in my life, which was he's like a tortoise laying on his back,
Obese.
an obese tortoise laying on his back, flailing in the sun. I'm just like,
And he apologized today for that. He said that's not the person he want to be.
that's the person I want to be because I would have said it and kept the same energy.
But he was laughing when he said it.
Oh, mom said he was laughing when he said it, so no, he didn't mean it. I wouldn't have apologized. I would have kept the same energy and said it again.
Look, he makes millions of dollars. A little apology and he moves along.
Mm-hmm.
Do he have to mean
Nope.
And he's like, I'm sorry I said that. That's not the person I want to be. But
Yes, it is.
he was smiling when he said it.
Look, you can't apologize now. We turned you into a meme. But Yanni, that has been my favorite Trump comment or my favorite comment to describe Trump. And then when he had Rona, we all remember when he had Rona when he got diagnosed, and they said, "Well, let's just be honest. He's an older male. He's clinically obese." I was like,
I remember that because I was like, oh no. He's got to be happy saying that.
when they flew him to the clinic so he could get treated and all that, mom kept saying, "Look at him, look, look." He out of breath. Yeah, he got it. Look. He walked up the steps all slowly to Air Force One, stopped at the top and patted the plane. I said, I ain't stupid. I've done that. He catching his breath.
He
Oh,
only
I
wore
got
the mask.
asthma. I know what it's like.
He only he wore
Look,
the mask to hide the oxygen he was breathing. But
that
little did
was
he, there were news reporters there who took a picture. Like, come on, you can't fool the people.
like I said. What did Miss Jackson say? There's still a lot of background noise coming through.
Somebody probably just need to turn this down a little.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Turn the
Okay.
volume down.
And I'm gonna pull it up here too, so that way I can see the comments.
Okay,
Um.
I've got mine down.
Okay. Yeah, I just turned mine down too. Oh yeah. See,
Yes.
echo is gone. Yep. There we go. But no. So yeah. No. Like I said, it's funny because like I said, I've done that. I have asthma. I understand what's happening. And that was hilarious when he was walking and he got up to Air Force One and he was like waving and everything. He walked up them steps, got up there and patted the side. I said, yeah, he catching his breath. Ain't nobody stupid. We know what's wrong.
So who do
Can't
you
get
think's going to be in the new cabinet?
I don't know. I just I don't know. I just hope it's people who I don't know. I just hope it's somebody who got sense. That's all. That's my only requirement.
Well, I don't think we have to worry too much about that.
Well, like I said, that's my only requirement. Just somebody who has sense. You know, shout out to everybody who's watching. Make yourself known because, we love y'all and everything. Vonnie, people who are qualified. Facts.
Ah,
Facts. People who. So, okay, wait. Here you go. And I don't know if Jordan is still watching, but so, okay. Jasmine, I don't know if Jasmine is still watching either, but there is a person that that we work with. Okay. And so I'm sure Nadir, you remember when when the supporter came out and then Trump said it as well, where he was like, the reason Obama retired was because he knew he couldn't win against him. And so we're at work, and I want to make it clear, it's not like we're talking in big groups or anything, but it's a lot of us who are politically minded, and so we're sitting there talking about it. And this girl said, "Oh, he's probably right." And I said, "You can't, you don't retire from being the president. Um Mom is looking at me already. I'm like, you don't retire from being the president. He ran his 8 terms, right? But he probably didn't think he could win against Trump again, so he retired."
he couldn't run for another term.
I said he couldn't do it. You can't be the president for 16 years or 12 years. You have to. And she said, "Oh." And I said, "That's something you learn in like high school, 8th grade, maybe 3rd grade."
Fifth grade.
And she said, "You know what? I like you because you smart and you know about politics." Nadir, what grade did we learn that? I'm pretty sure that's Miss Arp's class. That was 6th
Yes.
grade.
We learned it in fifth grade.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, we learned it in fifth grade because we had to do the maps and
Yeah,
yeah.
Miss Jackson. She said they failed civics class. Vonnie, Vonnie just said, it's and it when she said it, and I just kind of sat there and laughed, and then I was like, oh, damn, she's serious. And so like I had to explain it to her. And then she's like, well, because black people, Trump's campaign used black people who died, who voted like 300 years ago. And I said, no, blacks didn't get the right to vote 300 years ago. You are so smart.
Come on, chick now. United States is what? 500 years?
Oh my goodness.
Hold on.
Something like that. It's
Come on now.
Mrs. Arp would be so disappointed. Miss Street would be disappointed.
I know.
Vonnie just said, "What
As a people, as
is
a person, I'm disappointed.
we as a people have got?" Somebody didn't pay attention in schools. Many didn't pay attention in school because that's just
Well, that's what I don't get about all the people protesting to say that this election is rigged, that all these ballots are mysteriously showing up. No, they're getting counted.
Nadir Trump said it.
Now he knows nothing. He can be the president and know nothing about government. You know nothing about how stuff works.
Isn't that a requirement to be the president?
No,
Oh,
you have to be 35 and get
that would
elected.
change that.
You got advisors telling you, shut the hell up. Stop talking.
Wait,
But he won't listen.
wait. So okay. So okay, wait. So can that be something that we need to call the White House and ask
Mm-mm.
President Biden,
Oh, okay, yeah.
ask Uncle Joe if it can be required from now on that we have to take a basic U.S. history test in
It is
order.
required. If you didn't pay attention in class, that's your fault.
No, it
It
should be
is
required to be the
required.
president.
Hmm. You would think somebody would. Uh-huh.
The fact that he said it, well, bless his heart. Yeah, he said that it was rigged, so they went live in Georgia,
But four
Atlanta.
years ago, he won by a landslide in Wisconsin.
Yep.
That's what he claimed. It was not a landslide.
Mm-mm.
He's well, he said he won by a landslide this time, even though he lost.
You know he got to make everything sound like he's the first, it's the biggest, it's the best.
Oh, and how do we feel about what he said? Yes, Bonnie, I agree. If immigrants have to take the test to be citizens, the president should too.
Yeah. Learn from our mistakes.
So let's go here. Let's shift a little bit.
Just because we assume they understand, don't mean they will.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go here. Let's take it this way. Do you guys how do we feel about when he said that he's done possibly more for the black community that more than Abraham Lincoln?
With the possible exception of Abraham Lincoln. I think he.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do we feel about that?
I believe my first thought was, well, he didn't say whether it was good or bad.
When he said it, so again, I'm sitting here with mom and we're watching the debate and everything's all good in the hood. And when he said that, I stopped and I'm like, I looked at her and I said, Mom, she said, I heard it. And I said, did he? Yeah, I heard him. Okay. I just kind of let it go after that. But I'm like, this man said he has done possibly more with the exception. So first of all,
For the black people. Yeah, he gave money to HBCUs, but he only gave them a fraction of what he gave the white colleges.
Mm.
A fraction.
wait a minute. And ain't he trying to um wasn't he trying to defund the HBCUs? Just saying.
I don't know.
Yeah. That was the big thing, that he wanted to defund HBCUs.
But then I think he realized politically it wasn't very smart, so he backtracked.
Yeah.
Nothing he's done. Well,
Gave them some millions,
I think
he
it's
missed
going to be
that.
interesting.
but he gave the white colleges, I mean,
Tons.
Tons of money.
Look, Miss Jackson said, "Listen, the man has mental illness, so that explains everything."
Right. True.
True, true. That true. And see, and again, this goes back to what I was saying as well. Shouldn't they have to go through some kind of mental evaluation? Give them the ink blots and say, "What do you see?" And depending on what the answer is,
I don't know. I'm pretty sure they go through some kind of, if they got any sense, they go through
no,
some kind of counseling. Because the former presidents, they went to they counseled with their ministers, stuff like that.
we
But
all remember what he said about his pastor. We've all seen the video. He said Paula White is his personal pastor.
who
Paula White,
who said that?
Trump.
I don't think
And
so.
she talked about how wherever she walks, she's on holy ground. So when she's at the White House is holy ground. And then this week she was asking for um, African spirits to come help Trump get elected. Well, they came. They just didn't help him.
I'm telling you,
Nadir, did nobody ask you all of that?
the spirits probably didn't come because they rife with COVID. The
Look,
spirits probably like, y'all sick over there. I ain't doing it.
look, they're the African spirits. They probably said, okay, we all saw the Kev on stage video where she called for the African spirits and whatever she was speaking, because it wasn't tongues, I'm sure. Okay, I grew up in the black church. I know about speaking in tongues. That wasn't tongues. That was, let's just recount the video. Eke raka reke. We was sitting here like,
I thought it was a parody when I first saw it because I was like, this can't be real.
that's what I thought. I thought the same thing. And first, so okay, okay. We're gonna give y'all a quick background on speaking in tongues in the black church. Ain't no beat with it. It just flows. Now, I ain't never spoken tongues, but I'm just saying. It flows. You ain't got no rhythm with it. And you ain't calling for no African angels to come down and help. And so first of all, why are we just specifically asking for African angels? I didn't know angels had a ethnicity, a racial preference, a racial background. Hey, Miss Talia. See, look, Miss Talia knows. Miss Talia goes to Apostle Fleming's church. Shout out to, she know about speaking in tongues. Miss Talia. Was Paula White speaking in tongues in that video? I'm sure you've seen the video. I hope you've seen the video. I pray you've seen the video. See, and see, that's another thing. I think that it should be mandatory that they have some kind of actual religious beliefs. Because, look, Miss Jackson just asked the same question you asked, Mom. Who was the guy walking behind her?
That's what I wonder. And he didn't have a cameraman. He just had some papers and stuff on the phone, and he just walked by.
Y'all missing the point.
I think it was part of the performance, trying to bring the spirits.
No, this man was like, you talking crazy.
Okay, so first of all, I don't think it was a performance. I think she was.
Oh, it was a performance.
No, I think she was trying to, for real, bring it. But did she really ask for the African angels? Let's just stick with that for a second.
Yes, she did.
She said the spirit of the African angels. I said, look, this is my thing. I hope Bishop T.D. Jakes or the other lady, Cheryl, what's her name? Her. I hope they his personal pastors. Because you know what? Shout out to Kenda Roman. Let Kenda be his personal pastor. She a therapist. You know what? This is my thing. I think Trump needs an exorcism. And let's just go this far.
How you gonna exercise the devil himself?
Miss Peyton, I can't believe you said that.
Yes, honey, believe it. Believe it.
Well,
It's a fact.
look,
If
and
I, you know how they say you can't look the face of evil. You can't look in the face of evil.
I can.
For 4 years, even before he got elected, I could not look at him. Looking at him too long made me scared.
Well,
He went from
remember
the
in 2011 when he was like, we need to see President Obama's birth certificate? That's when I knew. I
right,
was like, he is not here for us. This man
uh
needs to
huh,
go.
yeah.
See,
I cannot look at him.
see,
I get scared. I get mad.
and then let's also talk about this being scared and being okay, being mad. Look at the number of musicians and artists that came out and sent him cease and desist for playing their music at his rallies.
Hmm.
You don't.
But yet, the same music that was playing tonight with Biden, I bet you they don't get a cease and desist. Tom Petty was pissed.
Hey, pay.
Tom
Yeah,
Petty was like, no,
yeah.
you
Tom
got to.
Petty. It was when I saw that, and I'm just like, they actually sent legal. It wasn't like, one of his, artists or one of his, posse or, one of his college. No, his lawyer sent an official cease and desist saying, do not play his music at your rallies or you will be sued. And I'm like,
That's just they should just get out there and hum, make up their own music, cause don't nobody want them playing their music.
didn't he try to play Aretha Franklin's music?
I don't know.
I wanted to say it was Aretha Franklin or
The family should just get out there and.
I want to say it was Aretha Franklin or somebody. Um, somebody, one of the
I feel like
family.
you're right.
What I want to say it was Aretha Franklin. He played. I want to say it was Respect or something like that. And they went. I know I think it was. And they went. I mean, nuts. I mean, since the lawyer because, and I remember that because they said the lawyer of the estate of the person. So that's how I know the person was dead. And I'm like, oh my, oh my. And honestly, I don't think Trump really wanted to get reelected.
Oh yeah, I think he did. He wanted to get in and thought it was going to be a dictatorship, but he don't understand how government he don't understand how it works, and he was just going to make people do what he wants.
I really don't. I
Well,
wholeheartedly do not.
our whole city is burning down. We need help. No, I'm sorry, I don't like your governor. Y'all
And
just gonna have to burn.
I'm serious. I wholeheartedly believe. I don't think he really wanted to get reelected. I think he put on this grand, show. This is how much money I'm using. This, that, and the next. I don't think. Vonnie said he didn't want to get. He didn't want to get it because folks are ready to get him. He
Um,
didn't.
I don't think he even wanted to be elected the first time. I think
Yeah,
I think he just ran for his image. There was talk that they were going to start a media company once he lost the election, and then he won. He don't you remember that night? His face looked shocked, like, oh, I got to do this now.
oh, like for real? Okay, no, never mind. I changed my mind. Like, well, and then okay, and I know, bless his heart. I know we all remember how we felt. Look. Remember the woman said everybody remembers where they was when James from Good Times died. I'm sure we all remember where we were the night we found out Trump got elected.
Oh yes.
I remember I woke up in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden I looked at my phone and I'm like, I must be reading The Onion. And next thing I know, I just I woke up to the nightmare that was. And didn't he say he had the biggest inauguration since?
Right. Lies,
He
because
said he had a bigger inauguration than
Obama.
Obama.
Lies. We were in DC. We went to the inauguration for
No,
Obama.
we wasn't in DC. We was in Virginia
But
because DC was too packed.
we were there. We there. Some of our people in our group went to the monument
I
to
stayed in the
actually see
hotel.
it.
There were 1 million people in D.C. for President Obama's inauguration.
Exactly. And some of the people from our group went. We stayed in the hotel room with my mom.
I'm just gonna be honest.
I still have the pictures. As a matter of fact,
She got the receipts.
I have the receipts. And they should be coming up as a memory in January.
This
There
is
were
me. Huh?
there were probably more people today outside the White House cheering that he's leaving than were at the inauguration.
When I saw that they said as soon as it was announced, because again, mom has had it on CNN for like,
Oh,
decades.
since last week.
And when they said as soon as it was announced that President elect was Joe Biden, there were people who rushed to the White House in droves. And I'm like, y'all didn't have to say that. I kind of feel bad for Trump. A little. I don't feel bad that he got Rona. I thought it was funny personally. But I kind of, you look at him and you're just like, maybe his mind is going. He is old. He's clinically obese.
So listen, they were saying on CNN that the same church and all that, where he had those people gassed and all that, so he could come across the street and hold the Bible up upside down. He went out. He was out golfing today. So when he left, it hadn't been announced. By the time he got back, it said that his motorcade had to find another route and had to maneuver their way around because it was so many people out there by that church, and said that he was pissed.
He probably still is pissed because, I mean, again and again, like I said, I'm thinking back on his campaign and the stupidity of his whole, you know. Okay, how this man done got Kanye? What happened to Kanye? Okay, Nadir, I'm gonna tell you what Bonnie and Aaron Prairie and Yusuf told me. They said, well, Kanye hasn't been right since his mom died. It's a grieving thing. I said, Bruno Mars' mother died, and he went from I should have bought you flowers, and he came out with Treasure and 24 karat magic in the air after his mom died. That's not an excuse.
But
Look,
he did lose his support network, and he's been open about having mental health things. He's claiming he's going to run in 2024, but he needs to be on more than like 3 ballots in order to make that happen. Like, you can't be in 3 states and expect to get 270.
No, he got to go.
he
Him and
got,
his family, all of them need to go to jail. You said it, Nadir. They all need to go to jail. Lock them up.
and I don't mean, and look, I ain't gonna get into it because Bonnie already knows. Bonnie is watching. Aaron is watching. They remember when who was it who went to prison, and I can't remember who it was, but mom said they probably going to country club jail, and I said no, they on Rikers, and she said oh they in prison. And I don't know why I thought that was so funny at the time, her reaction. But we tried to tell the story on the podcast, and I couldn't do it because I was laughing too hard.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, he went to Rikers. I mean, when he got in there, he walked
Well,
in all good. They helped him, he had a walker. But once he got in there and that door swiped shut, he said, ooh,
I
who
ooh.
think the
was
state
it?
of New York is going to come after Trump.
They need to.
Oh, yeah, because they want to know what that $350 million is.
And then okay, so let's explore again, going back to the debate. Remember when he said if they in one not a statement, but like in one sentence,
One fell swoop.
they asked him, there you go, thank you. He said, without stopping or being interrupted, they said, why haven't you shown your tax documents? If they want to see my tax documents, ask my lawyer. It's about, he said, it's about compliance. Nobody else had to show their tax records. Well, President Obama showed his, this president showed. Well, I don't have to show my tax records. I'm an adult. I've shown my tax records already. So I don't know why everybody keeps asking to see them. So I'm like, wait a minute. Because, some days I swear I think I have, everybody knows mom has lupus and she talks about lupus fog. I'll be thinking, do I got lupus fog or do I just have the mentality, the attention span of a tick? Because I'm thinking, did I miss something? Because he just said, if we want to see him, ask his lawyer. I shouldn't have to show him because I'm an adult. Nobody else showed him. I've already showed him.
He's
I
just
got
looking.
scared. I got scared for a second because I'm like, did I miss something? Is something wrong? Do I need to go be?
He's just a walking, talking mass of confusion. That's what he is.
He, is it his? Maybe it's his health. Maybe it's his age. What did he think he was gonna do when he got in?
Jake Tapper said he's not like a 7-year-old who is just learning, just learning the basics. He is a 74-year-old man.
And that's another thing. Why he keep calling Joe Biden old? He old.
He's in his 70s too.
He's 74. Uncle Joe is 77.
That's okay. 70 to 70.
But I'm just saying, he keep talking about how old he is.
Well, he
Bruh,
projects.
you old.
He projects. At one point, he said Joe Biden didn't have a plan for coronavirus. I think he meant to say I didn't have a plan for the coronavirus. He projects.
CNN said that. They said that it's at the point now where his he didn't say it, but his team said at this point he's gotten to the point where he's like, okay, it's out of control. I messed up and I don't know what to do. So then he's kind of like that, got that kid mentality of, if I can't see it, it can't see me. So if I say it doesn't exist, then it doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm. Talking about the Obama and them didn't leave a plan. Later on, Mitch McConnell on TV holding the plan. Oh, we found out.
Oh, and then his son. What upsets me the most, outside of the stupidity that Trump be doing, I think what upset me the most is that we see the number of people who have been who have died from COVID, and we see the effects of it. And his son said the number isn't even that high. It's not like that many people have actually died. And I'm like, see, but I could have swore over 200,000 people have. And we know, and it's sad because we don't know anybody who died from it, thankfully. But mom's uncle, and again, I ain't got no sense, so I'll tell you. Mom's uncle was doing dialysis, and he contracted COVID from dialysis, from being around the people. And it went from that to, he's a diabetic, so it went from that to, he was in the hospital for, I can't remember how many months he was in there, 3 months. And they kept saying, he's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. You guys need to just go ahead, pull the plug. He's not going to make it. Well, he ended up recuperating. So he's fine. But on top of that, because they weren't maintaining his health like they were supposed to, because the hospital figured he was going to die, he ended up losing some of his toes. I'm like, this just screams lawsuit. And then for Trump and his sons and all them to say, well, it's not like that many people have died.
Because it's not people in their circle. The people in their circle can afford the best health care, so they don't think about the average Joe.
Of course, mom just said that was before his daddy started coughing, wasn't it? No,
it was after.
It was, yeah. And yeah, it was after. Yeah, it was after. He just said it like a couple of weeks ago. And he's still, again, because he's, clinically obese, he's still having issues. And what's his name? The other one who had it, the other one of his folks on the
Chris
team.
Christie.
Yeah, Chris Christie looked at you. Okay, we all see Chris Christie. Chris Christie ain't skinny. Chris Christie ain't got no thyroid issues. Chris Christie has an issue with liking food. So you know he walking and just
Mm-hmm. Chris
Well,
Christie
and
don't
he
even
went to the
want to
hospital
take
as a
off.
precaution. I love that he can afford to go as a precaution. The rest of us, I'm like, I better be dying before I go.
Mm-hmm.
see.
But Chris Christie said that it scared him. He said he had never been so scared in his life when he was in the hospital,
I bet he was all ventilated and what have you.
running around with no mask. And he admitted he was wrong too.
And the chief of staff, he got it. Guys, this has been a great day in America. Trump got unelected. The chief of staff done came down with Rona Mae Watson. It's my Aunt Nessa's birthday. Happy birthday, Nessa. You know,
Kamala Harris will be the new VP.
Aunt Kim. You know, our uncle is the president. Can we go visit? Can we invite him to the family reunion?
Maybe after the corona.
Put them hands on that gate and try to go visit if
it
you
was
want to.
it was bad because
As soon as your hands touch that gate.
it was bad because again, y'all know I ain't got no sense. We went to the first inauguration. I will never forget. It was during freshman finals. It was January. I was scared to death because I was studying for finals or midterms rather on the bus going there. And one of the guys who was on. So okay, first of all, you know it was a bunch of black folks, so we just gonna put that out there. And it was one man who kept saying, "I'm gonna call the White House. I'm going to the White House." And he kept saying it, and I'm thinking like, oh,
Kept
he
saying,
means
I'm gonna have to make that call.
it, because I'm thinking he means like he's going because that's where the inauguration is gonna be. He said, "I'm gonna have to make that call. I'm gonna have to make that call to Obama. We got stuff to talk about." And I'm like, we can call him. I didn't know we could call him. My mom said we can't. Oh, okay. Cause y'all know mom answers my questions very monotone. Mom, we can call him. No.
No, we can't.
And so he kept saying it, and mom's aunt was the one who put the trip together. He said, "Linda, I'm gonna have to go ahead and make that call because I got a job in at the White House." And I'm like, I looked
No,
up,
he said he had a contract for a
yeah.
job he wanted to do. And he want to make sure he got it. So he's going to have to call the White House, talk to Obama.
I looked up at my aunt, and she said, "Whatever you gonna say, keep it to yourself." Okay. And
You
he
can't
was
just show up
serious.
somewhere. No.
This is why people look at us the way they do. This is why our community is looked at the way we are. You can't just call the White. What's the phone number to the White House?
I don't know. 1-800 White House, I guess. I don't know.
I was going to say the same thing. Well, if you see how the last 4 years have gone with the Trump administration, people think you can just call someone up.
I mean,
I don't
do
know.
we all remember? Do you remember that picture that they showed on that they
No,
put on
Nadia,
Facebook?
I'm good. I ain't trying to call the White
They're
House.
gonna have to fumigate.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to. I'm gonna need to get my cousin Tasha
I was gonna say
to go ahead and go to the White House with some bleach,
we need to call in those aunts and those mamas who on Saturday morning.
Pine Sol,
Yeah,
Comet.
yep. We're gonna need to call those aunts and those mamas who get up on like Saturday morning and turn on the old school music and start cleaning. And then when you wake up, the house smell like bleach and your eyes is watering because they
Yeah.
don't use so much bleach.
My cousin Tasha, you walk in
Tasha
her house, it's a constant, perpetual smell of bleach. And I
or
think
Pine Saw.
we're gonna need to get her to go to the
Ta-
White House
help,
sometime and
let's just be honest.
help them
Ta-
clean it up before they get
Look,
there.
shout out to Tasha because Tasha mix chemical. She be mixing bleach. Look, I call myself trying to mix. I mix Comet and toilet bowl cleaner. It started fizzing. I got scared. This wasn't a long time ago. This was like a couple of weeks ago. I got scared, so I ran off. Vonnie said, "Why call the White House when you can tweet now? Trump stays on there." So look, here we go, Nadir. I'm glad I have you on here because we can discuss. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Vonnie probably already knows where I'm going with this. So I'm glad that she's not physically on camera because Vonnie was so upset. Vonnie was cussing. So have you seen the video that Visible Light put out?
Oh, I
Of,
just saw it because you tagged me. You tagged me in
okay,
it.
good. So here's the thing: they put out that video, and probably as they published the video and put it out for everybody to see, they sent me, "Hey Josh," they sent me an email. The director of PR, she said, "We don't know how to get in touch with any businesses of color, and we would like to have a blog post on our website about the businesses of color in Beloit. Would you be willing to pass this along or give us information?" Now, mind you, she put me, my mom, and Miss Jackson, who I don't know if she's still watching, who was watching, she put us in there. Again, that comes out right as they published the video. Now, last year they had the same video with no diversity, and we said something about it to the town manager, city manager, and all that. They call us in for this meeting and everything. And so they said, "We're going to change that. We're going to make sure there's diversity, this, that, and the next." So they added in teepees, which started on the podcast hashtag find the teepees because nobody could find where these teepees were in Beloit. We saw the video and everybody was like, "Where are the teepees? Lexi, where are those teepees?" And I'm like, "Y'all asking me? I don't know." So I responded back and CC, replied all, added in the director of Visible Lloyd and a couple others. I just, responded back. I said, "Hey," I said, "thank you for reaching out." I said, "The first thing I want to know is why are you emailing me now when the video was just published about 10 minutes ago?" I said, "As my mom says, this seems pretty suspect to me." I said, "Second, why are there's still no diversity? It seems like we're hidden in the city of Beloit. If you want to find people of color, walk outside, go to Walmart. It's Beloit." And I ended it off with, and I said, in third, why are we only getting a blog post when these other businesses have individual videos about themselves and have interviews? And I ended it off nicely with, "I will not be sending you any information on businesses of color, but you have a great weekend." What are your thoughts, Nadir? Go ahead.
Why would somebody that works for the city, who has knowledge of all sorts of businesses, come to you? I mean, you are a great person, but
I
it
try.
feels like there's some other folks that you could. How are you going to say we don't know about how to contact any businesses of color? Walk the streets.
Yep. She says she doesn't know how to get in touch with any of the businesses of color. They don't know who to talk to. They don't know who to. And I'm like, and this is my thing. She was bold enough. She had here we go. We're going to use the education, the audacity, the unmitigated gall, the, I can't even think of another word. You was ballsy enough to say we only getting a blog post.
I said we just make our own.
Well, the part that surprised me, because I didn't watch too much of it because I was like getting mad, um, and I was trying, I have to be one. Today is a good day. I can't be getting too mad. But when
Well,
I watched, I was surprised, because I saw the part about around the river, and I was like, how are there no black people in this part? Like, there are black people just walking out and about.
I, Josh just said, "How do they not know?" I don't know. He said, "Walk the streets." Yeah, Nadir just said, "Walk the streets." Absolutely. But again, look, Vonnie, they're probably trying to get it together to plan for Black History Month.
Well, it almost made me, and this is the part that's sad. I mean, I know I'm not in Beloit, but I still care about Beloit. It made me feel like you're trying to target a certain group of people. Like you're trying to
Or
make.
it's like, or it's like, not only are they trying to target a certain group of people, but they're trying to, yes, we want to highlight you guys, which I'm like, okay, that's cool. You want to highlight us. But on the flip side, it's like, why are we only getting a blog post?
Gotta make your own.
So, yes, that brings me to this point. Me and Vonnie are going to do our own.
Ooh, that's
I know.
exciting.
Look, Vonnie, they're trying to target people who will enjoy the gentrification of Beloit. See, I mean, it's Vonnie.
Go ahead, girl. Use your words.
Good, as Delon used to say.
Gentrification.
Shout out to Delon and Blake. Good vernacular. Good look, or as Godmom, that's good word. That's good word. Gentrification. Good job, Vonnie. Proud of you, girl. But yeah, it's sad because it's like, it's sad because yes, Vonnie and I are a podcast and we love Beloit, but it's sad because we should not have to make our own video because we want to be. I pointed this out. I told her this on the phone yesterday. Bessie's in at the airport. I said, you realize Bessie's is considered Beloit still, right? I said I said it's ran by us. And she said, oh really? I said, yeah. Um, um, Jackie Evans, her daughter is the manager. Let me put it to you like this. We so deep in there that Pooh Bear is the head chef. Shout out to look, Nadir laughed because he know Javon Wooford. Shout out to Pooh Bear. We went and said mine was all professional. Can you guys let Javon Wooford know that Miss Peyton said hello? I see him back there cooking, but I didn't want. And they said who? And she said Javon Wooford. He's back there cooking, and they said all of a sudden they got all get Pooh Bear. Oh yeah, we'll let Pooh Bear know y'all here. I'm like, damn. So first of all, we trying to be politically correct, and y'all just got justice. And then they went back there, and Pooh Bear came out and sat down. He told Mom, yeah, I just got this little job as the head chef. She said, that's not a little job. Shout out to Pooh Bear for being
Yes.
the head chef. They don't know his
Yes.
name is Javon Wooford because, like I said, we said Javon Wooford, and they was who? Javon Wooford. He's back there cooking. Oh, Pooh Bear.
Because the only thing
Better not
I could
nobody
cook
talk
is
about my
burn down. The only thing I could do is burn down the kitchen.
I can't. I can cook. I can't bake, but I can cook. I don't want to try baking. That's demonic. I leave that to Mom. But yeah. So we're gonna do our own video. So hey, black businesses. Um, if anybody knows anybody who will work with us and donate their time to help us do a video, because we are going to get all of them because we want to highlight. And Mom came up with the theme. What was it? Come to our Beloit.
Just come to Beloit.
Yeah. And so we're gonna have Mom's book club. Shout out to Sister Soleil, to the Black Book Club because they read. Not just I provide transportation and go for the food because I ain't reading nothing. Nadir, nothing has changed. I still hate reading. Look, Nadir can tell you. I used to ask Nadir, and I don't know why I would do this to him.
And this, the child of an educator.
Hey, that wasn't my choice. Nadir can tell y'all. I used to ask Nadir, can you read this and tell me what it's about? No.
Well, that's
Fine.
good.
Fine. I guess I'll read it myself. Be looking up Spark Notes on my phone on the low.
But Nadir is hard anyway. Nadir is hard anyway because one time we were in class.
Ooh.
And a classmate had borrowed a pen from him. That classmate later wound up going to the hospital Nadir gonna ask me, I wonder if she still has my pen. I didn't laugh at Nadir at the time, but when class was over, I died.
Wait, okay. So if we're gonna walk back down memory lane, we going
First
all
of
the way
all, that
back.
was my favorite pen in middle school. It was the kind that you can erase.
Oh my God, he still remembers.
Why do you remember that though?
Yeah,
Nadir
because I
tolerates.
remember like how awful I feel now about that. Like, how am I going to ask someone for a pen while they're in the hospital?
I wonder if she still has
Okay,
my
let's
pen.
just be real. Nadir fronting because we on national internet, not television, but we on national internet. Nadir know good and damn well he would have asked her for that pen even if she was at the hospital.
And then when she got back, he wouldn't ask her. Did you show her my pen? She was like, what? Oh, let me see. There it is. Mm-hmm.
Nadir, that's just wait,
Oh,
wait. If we going back, we gotta go all the way back. We going back to Miss Fluker's class. And do you remember? I can't remember what happened, but Miss Fluker had yelled at the whole class. Mind you, it's me, James Patterson,
mm.
uh, um, um, who else was it? Selena Young.
Oh God.
She done yelled at all of us because we was in there acting stupid.
All in one class.
All of a sudden, she sat at her computer and it must have got some good news about something or whatever the case was. And you know, Miss Fluker does that fake scream.
Mm-hmm.
She went and hugged Nadir laughing because he already know. She went to hug James from the back and he stood up and she hit the floor.
Mm.
During the time
James
she,
ran out the class and we didn't see James until the next day.
Mm. Poor James.
I couldn't breathe because I was rolling. And Nadir was the only one who tried to help her up.
do you
You
remember she
know,
tried to do the Soldier Boy dance? One of the
Nadir,
Soldier
yeah,
Boy.
I remember that. Nadir, do you remember Rec Night?
You know, I try to bury that.
Nadir would be in there right with us, and we were reckless at Rec Night. Then we got to high school and just got reckless-er. Nadir loosened up by high school because, like, in middle school, Nadir had insisted he was going to be the president of the United States.
Yes.
By, like, high school, he had settled on just being the vice president. So he wasn't too, Nadir was the one we always knew he was going to carry a briefcase to school. We
Yes.
always waited for Nadir
Yes.
to bring it. Nadir was that person they said, make sure you have your ID around your neck. How many times have we lost our IDs? I know I never held on to mine.
Where? Right
In school, period.
now. Oh, I
Nadir
love
had
Rec
his,
Night.
I don't know who laughing, but you must know it's true. Nadir had his around his neck. Nadir followed the rules to the T. I'd be sitting there like, I don't even know where mine is. I don't think Nadir even got detention.
No,
Nadir's
one time I actually forgot my ID and I almost cried. They made me go to detention because of it.
See,
Nadir is the person that we need to aspire to be
he's
like.
respecting the laws of the land.
Nadir is a person we need to be more like.
We do.
Me, on the other hand, I'm just sitting here like, I just found my ID that I lost. I don't know how long ago. I want to say it's my sophomore or junior year, and I don't even remember junior year.
Hmm.
Well, thank you for the love. Thank you.
It is. Well, y'all, it was great having Nadir on here.
Yay,
I'm
yay,
excited that
Nadir.
this happened.
Yay, Nadir.
Shout out
Yes.
to everybody. We're gonna make sure we get this uploaded to our YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe when I add it. If you don't, I will be highly offended and will be forced to make a post about everybody who does not support us. Just kidding. And
You're not
Brothers, sisters,
kidding.
and daughters, I said hi, Nadir.
Hi.
and then yes, Vonnie said thanks for being on. We love Nadir. He's everybody's favorite student. Everybody know Nadir.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So be watching out for us to post our new video, our next this video tonight. You will also get to hear our new theme song. I'm excited about that because Alex Vance put his foot all up in it. Shout out to Alex Vance.
Hey, Alex.
Um, Also, there's a conference that's coming up that Jasmine Center Holloway is doing in Rockford. So I'm gonna post that flyer so we all can make sure that we can support, and even if you don't support, send well wishes. And I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Nope, that's about it. Well, thanks for being on, Nadir.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Love you. Stay safe.
Love you, Nadir.
Yes. Keep posting those posts on Facebook.
Thank you.
Yes.
We will. Thanks. Well, that's a wrap, y'all. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.